The the night that he wins re-election, as you said, massive landslide, and 49 out of 50 states. But you describe how even on that night he's still unhappy. Um, what is the psychological? I know we can't crawl inside this guy's mind, but what is the explanation for that?
Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time crawling inside his mind, and I have the nightmares to prove it. And of just profound resentments. In a lot of ways, he bears a lot of resemblances to Donald Trump. This insecurity that he's not smart enough. Of course, he's brilliant. That's one difference with Donald Trump. But ever since basically his college days, he had always courted popularity by kind of making himself kind of sort of the king of the nerds, right? The people who felt condescended to by the hip, suave elites. It's like the Revenge of the Nerds scenario, right? And he's the guy who is saying that all these suave cosmopolitan liberals from the Northeast who think that you guys are dumb and shallow, knuckle dragging, kind of reactionaries. I'm with you. I'm really. I see that you're what he called the silent majority. Which is an opposition to the loud minority, right? That's what he called the liberals, or he implicitly called the liberals. And that's a very tricky psychological operation, because all that means is that if you win, you've kind of all you've proven to yourself is that basically your identity with the losers and kind of the nerds of society is complete. It'll always be a Pyrrhic victory, and he always felt himself inferior, no matter how much power he achieved. I mean, he's literally the most powerful man in the world with the biggest landslide ever, and he still feels somehow this kind of psychic hole at the core of his being. None of these guys who run for president, these men and women, are kind of normal in their psychological operations. But he was definitely one of the strangest. He didn't seem to have any genuine connection with human beings. At the same time as he was in this profession in which, basically working for and with human beings is the entirety of the enterprise.
Right. And there's he said something at one point before he ran for a second time that I'd do anything to be president except go see a shrink, which is the one thing that might have helped.
Yeah. So he saw a shrink, and the shrink actually during Watergate wrote an op-ed in the New York Times.
Yeah,